guys, how's it going? Today we're going to start off with planting the arborvitaes that we did not end up using in our front entryway flower bed area. These are the arbs. They're the variety called North Pole. They grow 10 to 15 feet tall, 3 to 5 feet wide. And if you've been watching our videos for a while, you know that we have these all over the place. We have them as standalones in flower beds. We have them as big, long hedges along our property line. And then of course we just planted the swoops of them on either side of our entryway, which is where these were just sitting. They've been sitting up there for 2 to 3 weeks at this point, and we've had them in a couple different configurations and didn't really land on anything that we loved. So we are going to be planting these out in the dirtlands. We do have several spots picked out where we would love to have North Poles. In fact, I think we have more spots for North Poles than we actually have North Poles. But that's something we can just work on as time goes on. Erin's gonna come out here to help do the planting, but we're also going to, after we're done with this, we thought it would be nice to go around and show you some things out in the garden, both good and bad, probably more bad than good, because you know, oftentimes we're showing you all of the pretty things, the good things that are going on in the garden, but we have a handful of things that are not great, plants that are not thriving, that aren't doing well, that sometimes we don't know why they're not doing well, sometimes we do. So we thought that we would kind of show you some of those things, and hopefully it'd be an encouragement to those of you guys who are also gardening, because that is part of it. You know, with the amount of stuff that we plant every year, there's just going to be a small percentage that either doesn't thrive or struggles to thrive. So anyway, that's the plan for today. Are you going to help dig holes too?
Yep.
Nice. Oh, well, I guess here's a little update on the impatiens that we planted underneath the Leyland cypress. They filled in really nicely. Not a whole lot of color though. There are tons of buds. The apple blossom's definitely a top performer. I have also the darker pink and then a white in here, and I don't even see any of the white. Overall, pretty good though. Okay, I want to head to the other side of the dirtlands first. We just planted a staggered hedge of North Poles over there earlier this season. Spring groves are a great arborvitae. Don't those look awesome? I'm trying to go slow so I don't knock any trees off the back. Okay. So we're thinking like this area right back behind. We've got a hornbeam, there's an Oregon green Austrian pine, and there's an Atlas cedar, and then a birch tree. There's room in between the Atlas cedar and the birch for a few, maybe like 3. And then there's room for several along the back of this fence. We just want it to be a very layered bed, and if we can get an evergreen accent toward the back, even better, because those will stick around, of course, during the winter time. So let's go this way. See, as we approach this, you can see it's much wider. We could probably fit 5 in there. I have a feeling we're gonna do 5 right here and then 7 over here, possibly. Okay, we're gonna lay this out and get these planted. It's pretty straightforward. These are not very big containers, 6 gallons, so it's gonna be pretty easy and quick, I think. Also, the zone of these, did I already say? They're a 3 through 8. And there's Erin, so we're ready to roll. Did you bring out some gloves, Erin? Very good. Oh, doesn't that look pretty? Look at it from different angles here. I love the little like kind of zigzag approach to a hedge. It gives it a little more depth and just a little bit more interest. And I love that they stay so narrow so you can really tuck them in easily. And 10 to 15 feet tall, I mean, it's not enormous, but it'll be a nice backdrop right here. So probably something similar in here. The Oregon green gets about 15 feet wide, so 7.5 feet from center. And then the hornbeam stays 10 feet wide in the end, so 5 foot from center. And then we do have a, boy, I want to say it's a Baccarai or a hoopsai, I can't remember, spruce, that's also 15 feet. So this whole space right here, we've got plenty of room to fit the other 7 arbs. Hi, baby girl. How do the arbs look when you come up, driving up?
Good.
We've got 7 left. I thought we could do a grouping of 7 right there.
Okay.
What do you think? Or
Yeah.
do you want to spread them down further?
No, we should totally do them in groupings like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, first 5 have been planted and they look really pretty. So I'm standing center right now. The back 2 are spaced exactly 5 feet with my feet apart from one another, as far as where the outside of the container is set. And then these just go right in between, which of course it takes on a different look wherever you're standing. So if you're standing right here, it all looks even. But it's like that every time you plant a trio, but I don't know what, this is not a trio, this is 5 things.
It's a quintrio.
A quintet.
Quintet.
Of plants. But anyway, I think it looks really pretty. I'm gonna step back away so we can take a look at it. Walking toward our dirt pile right now. Oh yeah, it looks nice to have some things right there. I love it. So pretty. And they're sort of spaced if you're standing right in front of that middle one. We place them right in line with that Parotia tree, so they're just centered with that. Are you hanging out with the Arborvitaes? Do you love them? Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and space the other 7 right here.
Hey Siri, what do you call a group of 7 things?
A group of 7 things is called a septet.
A septet.
So this is a septet, and the other group's called a quintet. So here we go, guys. We've got all 7 of them sitting here. I have them all spaced out properly based on my foot. So I think we'll do the same thing that we just did over there. We'll get all the holes dug. I'm gonna set all the trees in the holes before we pack in soil around them. That way you can shift them a little bit if you need to. That's helpful. Yeah, okay, here we go. Let me see. Let me get an angle to where you guys can see everything, hopefully. There we go. They look so good. Look at these back in here. Aaron's given them a good deep drink. But look at how beautiful those are. This grouping, I don't know what it is, Aaron, but we nailed it on this one.
You know, arbs really do have I mean, they get a bad rap because they're so common. But they just have such a good emerald green appearance.
Yeah.
That, like, you know, there's a reason that people plant them, especially as a backdrop.
Yeah.
Because it just gives you such a nice backdrop.
It does, so long as you find that happy medium with the water. We do find that they like more water than like your typical pines and spruces. But usually we just run an extra line around them, right? That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, they're very shallow rooted.
Right.
So you just have to make sure that, I don't think that they go deep. So they just need more, it's not that they need a ton of water, they just need a little more frequent water, if that makes sense. So you can actually water them a little bit less.
Yeah.
But if you can do it more frequently, I think they appreciate that.
You guys can hear the hooliganism going on. I don't know what the kids are doing in the gator. They're playing. These look just so beautiful. We also have to the left here a beautiful Leyland cypress, and then our spring glory forsythias. This is some manner of lilac. I can't remember which variety. It might be a Centara double blue. And then we've got the evening rose hibiscus, which, Aaron, do you remember when we dug this one up?
Yeah, I do.
And moved it out here?
That's a beast.
It is a beast. It's beautiful. It's got the really dark leaves and the bright blooms. It came from the end of the loop in the south garden there. And then just a bunch of other fun stuff in here. There's our other grouping. Oh, it's so pretty. It's so nice to see more green out here. Okay, so now we're going to take you on a tour of a few things. Starting out here, I think on the other side of the dirt lands, there are a couple of exceptional looking things over there, but there's also a couple of evergreens that are struggling. All right, before we head to the other side, I backed up so we could take a look at these arborvitaes kind of on the run here. You can see our first grouping of 5. Oh, they just fill in space beautifully. And then our grouping of 7 back in there. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. Hydrangeas we planted the other day. Okay, right up here is our first little sadness. Hopefully it doesn't end sad. So we've got 3 Shade Master honey locust trees. I'll have to ask Erin when we planted them. I think it was, I can't remember if it was beginning or end of last year. Do you remember if we planted the locusts at the beginning or the end of last season? Or somewhere in the middle? I can't remember.
I want to say it was in the spring.
In the spring?
Of last season. So this is like they've been in for a year and a half.
And these 2 look really good, but this one just started to drop leaves, and you can tell. I mean, you can just tell based on how all 3 of these look. This one's looking like kind of sad and a little bit sick.
Look at the leaves. They've got kind of this bronzing to them. They're kind of going yellow, but not a chlorosis yellow.
It's almost like, but if it was a water yellow, like a water issue.
It doesn't look like a water yellow to me.
No, it almost looks because there's burn on the tips. I mean, but I don't think it's too little water because we've been monitoring that.
Well, and the other ones look great.
And they're getting exactly the same treatment as this one.
And also, this is not a variety that's like, oh, I'm not sure if it's going to survive in our area. I mean, locusts are just a dime a dozen around here.
Right.
People plant them all the time. It's a great solid tree in our area. So it's not the variety. It's just, you know, they honestly, I don't want to like dig it up, but the roots could be girdling themselves, or there could be something like that.
There's a new, there's like one new branch right there, and there's a new branch over here. So we're kind of hoping, and new growth at the tips.
This looks pretty good.
Yeah. We're kind of hoping that given, you know, I don't know.
Some time.
Yeah, and maybe we'll just let it defoliate along with the rest of them, and hopefully next spring it leaves out just the same.
Do you think it could have mites? Do they get mites?
They could. So what I look for if I'm looking for mites is we tip the leaves upside down, and we look for webbing, which that camera, sorry you guys, is really horrible at close-ups. There is a little bit of like, it doesn't look like anything active though. If there were any active mites, it would be more full coverage. And my eyes are not the same as they used to be 10 years ago.
Do you think it's possible?
I mean,
I've never heard of locusts getting mites.
No, I don't see any active mites on these. Hang on. If this thing moves, then it's definitely a mite. It could be in beginning stages of mites. Mites are one of those things that in the beginning stages, things start to look kind of dusty and a little bit drier. And if you flip them over, there might be like the beginning of mite damage, but not a whole lot of webbing yet. And usually at this point, now that I have to strain so hard to see the mites, usually I can see like larger specks, and I can kind of nudge the speck with my thumb and with my thumbnail. And if the speck starts to move, then it's a mite. That's usually how I double check. So anyway, let me just check a couple more of these.
Well, you're checking that. Oh, I mean, so this is what they're supposed to look like. These look healthy. I mean, there's some leaves that are turning a little bit yellow, but also, you know, we've had a couple cooler nights and we're starting to get into fall. So that's pretty normal. These turn yellow and drop all their leaves. So I would expect here within the next month or so, that'll start happening. I really like locust trees. Not the old school locust trees with the thorns though. What's the difference?
Like the purple robe we just planted?
Well, that one's pretty, but it does have thorns. You just gotta be careful where you're gonna put it.
Yeah. This is a Gleditsia, which is the honey locust variety, right? And that's a Robinia. Which are different. See, Erin, do you see those little red specks on the bottom?
Yeah.
Oh, get them in the shadow. I gotta have them in the sun. So usually if I see that, I try to nudge it with my thumb. But they're not moving, so.
Maybe they're dead.
I do see them on several of the leaves. It's possible it could be the beginning of a mite issue.
So that's what you're looking for, is a little red bug.
Well, some of them have 2 spots, like they're a lighter green, and they have 2 spots on the top, and those are really easy to see. Well, easier most of the time. These aren't making any moves. It's annoying me. Move. Not that I want it to be a spider mite, but sometimes you just want something to pin the sickness on, you know, so that you know what to do. If I know it's spider mites, and I might just come spray this anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad idea to spray it down with Captain Jack's. It's not in bloom, so it's not like we're going to be hurting any kind of pollinators or anything like that. I don't see anything else. The other things you can look for are scale, which locust trees in our area do get scale from time to time, and you would see like little brown bumps all over. That might be a scale. Maybe we can put
a picture on the screen.
That might be a scale right there. Right there. It's like a casing of a scale. Look at that. See that?
Was that a mite?
It's moving too fast for a mite. I don't know what that is. Okay.
So it could be insects.
It could be. Scales are active in July usually, and you need to hit them when they're active. Once they form that little brown covering over them, it's like their armor, and it's hard to get anything to penetrate them. So you really have to, like, we couldn't spray that at this point in time. I also look for borer damage because locusts can be prone to that a little bit too, in which case you would see frass or like sawdust somewhere around the trunk or like around the bigger branches. You would see where the borer has entered, and then they have to kick the stuff out somewhere, right? So they kick out sawdust or frass, and so you can look for that, but I don't see that. So those are kind of the things I look for and kind of start checking off the list. I would say if anything, we should spray it down with Captain Jack's. You want to make sure to probably use a hose end sprayer. Maybe we could do that together. Yeah. And I can show you how I do something like this. You do want to make sure to get like the undersides and make sure to get all the branches, even the ground right around it.
Do you want to mix them up right now real quick?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, so this is our Captain Jack's dead bug right here. It is organic. The active ingredient is spinosad. And then we've got our hose end sprayer right here. So this has a hopper where you can pour your concentrated liquid right in here, and then you attach it to the end of your hose. And as your hose runs through here, you set your dial as to what dilution ratio you want, and it will draw up the amount of chemical that you need or the amount of spray you need and mix it in the water for you as it sprays out. Or I didn't even know this was a thing, you guys. Is this kind of newer? That you can do this.
Maybe a few years.
See on the inside, you can either hook it to the bigger hopper, the bigger opening, or you can hook this right to your bottle of concentrate. So this came with it. So I'm just going to cut this to size, or do I even need to cut it? It'll just kind of like slide into the bottom, right?
You don't need to change it out, do you?
Well, I got to do
you got to change out the other one.
Yeah, and put this in.
There you go.
So I'll just keep this together. Oh, that's already open. I'm going to give it a shake.
I actually already shook it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's nice, nicely shaken. Just put that right down in there, line it up, and we don't even have to mess with that. So nice. That way it just keeps your hopper full, or clean rather. Now what's the ratio here? Is it 2 ounces per gallon? 2 ounces per gallon. I'm gonna double check that. There's a whole bunch of, like in the little chart here, all the information. I'm just double checking for trees here. Okay, 2 ounces per gallon. So see that little black arrow right there? We're gonna find the 2 ounce, right like that. So that's the ratio it will dilute to. So now we just gotta go back out there and hook this to the hose. Oh, good. Sometimes these are really hard to get off. Okay, so I'm gonna take this quick connect off and then attach it to the hose. And then put the quick connect back on.
Just push.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we just need to spray the tree down. There's a little thing right here. There, kind of want it like that. Want to stand upwind if you've got any breeze, of course. Look at that, isn't that slick?
Yeah.
Okay, can you turn it off? Done. Doesn't take very long at all. Now, if spider mites were the issue, that will at least knock them back a little bit. So once you're done, you can either leave this attached, or you can take it off and, you know, to attach it back to this and put your lid back on your concentrate. So I want to say that I probably used about this much to spray. It's about how it feels. Anyway, it's just a super slick, easy way of spraying something, especially that's bigger. Now, if you have a huge tree, you'd probably need to consider something a little bit different unless you've got amazing pressure. If you've got really good pressure, it will spray further. But anyway, that works nicely. So let's take a look at a couple more things out here. The first one is another little sadness. The ornamental cherries that I planted this year. What are they called? Easy as pie, I think. I think they're going to be okay. At least 2 of them. I planted 3 out here. You can see that we have drip run around them, and it's been nice to have the drip exposed. While I don't love the look of it, for a little while after we've first planted something, it's nice to have it exposed because then you can monitor water levels. But you can see that these have burned quite a lot out here. They did not love the transplant. And that's kind of typical of some things when you first plant them. And this one and that one will be completely fine. They'll just lose their leaves and push new ones next spring. This one right here is looking a little sadder. So we're just gonna have to hold on, wait and see. It might be a situation where I have to cut this one further back. While the top may have suffered and struggled, it was really hot when I planted him, so I didn't really give him that much of a chance. But most of the time the roots are just fine, and it'll push new roots from the bottom. Or new growth rather from the bottom. So we'll see what happens. Okay, now a couple of pretty things. Okay, first one, the strawberry moon catalpa, which when we planted it this spring, it looked like sticks.
It was total sticks.
Yeah.
That was like a faith in planting.
It really was, because we didn't know anything about this variety. Do you want to stand next to it?
Well, here, you stand next to it.
Oh.
People like to see you more.
I don't think so. You're an even 6 foot, Erin, so it gives you a good...
No, 6'1".
Oh, 6'1".
So there you go.
Sorry.
It's a big difference.
I'm 5'4". So anyway, it's put on a tremendous amount of growth, and we've just kind of been able to stand back, sit back, and watch this just perform its head off. And it has been in some form of bloom most of the season. Of course, earlier on, which is I think when it's supposed to bloom, it had a lot of big blooms on it. And they're not as fragrant as the El Nino, but they still have a really nice kind of perfumey fragrance that's just, it's just nice. It's just a very pleasant thing. And when you have something that takes off and grows like this and has huge, bold leaves.
What are the downsides to this tree? Like, is
I
it
don't
susceptible
know.
to anything?
Well, I did notice that this is a hybrid between some type of catalpa and like a Chinese catalpa. And it's supposed to be heat and drought tolerant. It's also supposed to be more resistant to powdery mildew, which we typically don't deal with here a lot in our dry climate. It grows about 40 by 35. I didn't see any downsides. I don't know if it's a weaker tree because it grows so fast.
Yeah, I wonder if, I mean, the leaves are big, so it would definitely be a lot to clean up.
Yeah.
But it's not a messy tree during the season.
No.
It doesn't, I mean, we didn't really mulch in here, but there's nothing that it's been dropping.
Well, just the little petals. You don't even really see them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really happy with this. I'm also very happy with it's a thornless cockspur hawthorn. So we planted this tree this year as well. And it grows 25 by 25. And it's hardy down to zone 4, but the leaves on this one, and this is the reason why I bought it, their leaves are super duper shiny. And anything with shiny leaf is great in my book. Also, these hawthorn berries, I don't know if that's what you call them, but they're like a coral pink. They will turn more of a red color, but my goodness, and wherever there was a berry, there was a flower. So you can imagine how beautiful they were in flower. I cannot wait for this tree to get bigger. And it's a thornless hawthorn, which is also quite nice. I love hawthorn trees, but I don't love the thought of having thorns on too many of our trees. So anyway, I've just really enjoyed this. That we've got 2. There's one here and one on the other side. There's not a tremendous amount around it yet, but I kind of want this to be the star. Okay, I got to go catch up with Erin for the next thing. Okay, here we are. There's just a couple more things we wanted to show you guys, starting with something very positive. Right here, we've got a Temple of Bloom Heptacodium. I don't know if you can see the pollinator activity.
It's insane.
It's insane. It is just absolutely gorgeous.
I saw some people online asking about this.
Really?
And like what your thoughts were.
Oh my gosh, I need more of these. Because you guys, so they bloom obviously right now, late in the season. And then when they're done, the bracts, the things that hold the petals on, turn bright red. And it looks like the tree is in bloom for a second time, but with red flowers instead of with white flowers. And then you get gorgeous red fall foliage. It's just an overall amazing tree.
Is it a tree or a shrub?
Well, I think they term it like a small tree.
Oh, okay.
I think they'll grow like 15
Oh, wow.
tall, maybe a little taller than that.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you want to do something for the pollinators.
Oh my, yes. Let's take a look at it from the other side. Oh, the aster's starting to bloom, Erin.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. There's some color. This thing is going to be Probably one of the more glorious things we've got going.
We'll have to do another show and tell when it.
We will. Yes. Oh, this is the cool jazz. I've ordered more of these for next year.
That's really nice.
It's so
I like
beautiful. Me too. Okay, I was hoping from this side you might see a little more detail because the sun's shining on this side of it. Let me try to get in here. This needs to be one of my top pollinator picks, Aaron.
that. Yeah.
You know, from time to time we do videos where we put together pollinator friendly things, and this is like up there with Eryngium
Yeah.
and the Echinops. Wow. And these blooms, they are fragrant.
Where do
they
they
smell
all
really
live?
good. What's that?
Pollinators.
I
Like,
don't
where do they
know.
go? Where do they?
Somewhere around
Like, we don't have
here.
hives here.
We don't have hives.
We
Maybe
should get some. I want to get a flow hive.
Do you?
Kind of.
Oh, well. Okay. Look at these. They're just so pretty. Anyway, this is just a super huge highlight right now in our garden. And the last thing we're going to look at is another sad thing. We've got some lilacs over here, which I think I've showed you this before. Aaron had to take off. He's got something he's got to go do. But we've got blister mites in our lilacs. And I guess I just didn't realize until it was pretty late in the season. We've got 3 President Lincoln lilacs right here. And they started kind of presenting with this right here and then kind of spread and then they burn a little bit. The leaves can kind of distort and the little ones have it too. This one has it worse. And then there's that one right there that doesn't have it quite as bad. So at this point in the season, we're probably not going to do any kind of contact spray. What I will do is we're going to be meticulous about cleaning up leaves when they start to fall here shortly. So we'll make sure that this area is cleaned up really well. And then in late winter, before their buds start to break, I will apply a dormant oil, which I'll probably just do at the same time I apply dormant oil to our fruit trees in the orchard. So we just need to add these to the list. I'm probably going to do most of the lilacs in this immediate area. That way it can take care of anything that's overwintering, and we'll just kind of see how things go after that. There's just really not a lot I can do at this point of the season, being so late. I noticed it kind of out of the side of my eye as I was driving by. I was going to do something else though, so I didn't stop and get off. I just noticed that there was some kind of like a little bit of yellow cast going on, and I thought, well, I need to go look at that, and I didn't go look at it right away till it had progressed a little bit further than I would have liked probably. But this is just what happens. Things kind of go in and out of being awesome. Like you'll have some plants that one year just perform beautifully and look so amazing, and then the next year don't hardly do anything, or they just kind of look like they're going through a little bit of a struggle. I guess kind of like we do. We have years that are great, months that are great, and then we might have some times that aren't as great. I don't know. I just hope that by showing you guys these things, especially this time of year when we're kind of starting to power down and you can kind of see where things have, you know, some things have really struggled while others haven't. Hopefully it's encouraging to you guys that we're all in the same boat with some of our plants. So anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Just really wanted to get those 12 arborvitaes planted. They look so good where they're at. And then I didn't anticipate spraying the locust, but boy, that feels good to have that done. Whether or not it's a mite issue starting, at least we kind of headed it off at the beginning, hopefully. And then we're just going to hope that next spring it leafs out as nicely as the others do. Sometimes that's all you can do. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one.